and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I say us because we have another episode of Crystal One-on-One coming your way. And we happen to be on location at La Casita Restaurant and Lounge. Lovely, lovely spot along in Tindatu Road in Naguru. I have a fashion designer joining me today. If you've heard of the brand Nasimbwa, I do have the lady behind the brand today. Mathilda Nasimbwa Kigozi joins me on Crystal One-on-One today. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
It's
good.
nice to sit down with you.
Yeah.
I have like
thank
a
you so
million
much.
questions.
No. I'm really happy to be here with you.
It's nice to have you.
Thank you.
One of the things I have noticed is you're such a mom. You're such a family person, and
Thank
I
you.
love to see it.
Thank you.
How are the little ones?
They're good. They're good. Growing.
How old are they now?
4 and 6, and then we also have the big ones,
And you
12
have-
and
yes.
14.
12 and 14.
Yes,
That's
yes.
like almost teenage.
Yeah, we're in.
How's that going?
It's going. I think it's like also like a learning curve as a parent as well. Like you just keep learning with your kids, and now it's such a big age gap. So it's
I'm thinking about the morning routine.
Yeah.
It must be quite a lot.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are half Ugandan, half Swede, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
And your dad is Ugandan.
Yes, he's Ugandan. He's a Muganda.
Okay. Growing up, were you brought up with the traditional like values? Was it just a mix?
I think it was a mix because I grew up in Sweden. So it was definitely a mix. But we still had cousins around, so I think I still kind of like, cousins from Uganda. So I think I still kind of got a sense of what it would be to live in Uganda and also about the traditions. And unfortunately, I didn't learn the language. Still struggling with that. I definitely feel at home here. I think also because of that I had the exposure to my family, my Ugandan side of the family in Sweden as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever see yourself coming to live in Uganda when you were younger?
No.
So things played out the way they did.
Yeah, I was gonna go live in the US. That was like,
Was that the plan?
Yeah. I used to actually sit on my balcony and like have a bottle, you spin the bottle over a map, like a world map, to see like where I would move.
Like the spin the bottle game?
Yeah. Like just by myself. And then I would spin it and it would always point at like Africa. And I was like, no, I'm just trying to like, let me spin it.
So you just kind of nudge it in the direction you
it
wanted.
I think I had a lot of American influences growing up. Like Sweden has a lot of like American TV and stuff. You think it's so cool, like you want to go there. So, but I'm definitely glad that I ended up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And growing up, what would you say? Were you like a quiet child, or were you naughty and always getting in trouble?
I was, I don't know if I was quiet, but I was definitely not naughty. I was the oldest.
Okay.
On my mom's side.
Oh.
So I think I was just trying to lead by example, and I also grew up, predominantly in a white neighborhood. So we were a bit different, like me and my sisters, which was fine. I didn't think about it much.
Did you feel it? Like,
I felt it when I changed school in 4th grade, because then I went into another school, and then there was also a brown girl there, and I remember coming home and I was so excited, like, Mommy, there's a brown girl in the class with me. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't think I thought about it before that, but when I started seeing, other brown girls around, and it was more, even though I had my cousins, it was still like going to school. Yeah.
Okay. So growing up, did you have a chance to come back and visit when you were younger?
No, actually, the first time I came here was in 2005. I was 17, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it took a long time for us to come and visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like a family function that brought you back, or just to come and visit, get to know your relatives on this side?
Yeah, no, just to come and visit. I don't think there was anything. I'm like, I hope I'm not forgetting anything. But no, we just came to visit, and I remember like coming and driving from Entebbe and like, wow, it's so green, like because most of the TV, like you see, like in Europe at least, is like dry, huts and stuff. So when that's what I was expecting, lions, but
starving people and semi-arid areas.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it
okay.
was really cool to come here.
Okay.
Then, yeah.
So you didn't get in trouble. So that means you were pretty well behaved. But when you say you're the oldest, I can understand.
Yeah.
Because the oldest always has so much responsibility.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure, I know as moms, we do this a lot. You're the oldest, you have to be a good example. You're the oldest, you're the
Yeah,
oldest.
yeah.
So did you get that from your mom?
Maybe more from my dad, I think, than my mom, actually.
Okay.
But I think also, I had like a rebellious period for like 3 months. Then I was like,
That's okay. I mean, 3 months is
Yeah.
not so bad.
I was like, this is not really working out for me. You know, people are angry at me, like, you know, it's not working out. So I'm like, let me
I need to
just
understand
change
this.
and like, you know.
So you were aware that you were like, I'm going into this rebellious phase. It
Yeah.
wasn't just how you were feeling at that point.
No, I
Okay.
was just like, but I mean, I guess it was a bit like, I think I was a teenager. I think it was like 13 or 14, and you know, so I just
But have you been
decided.
told you can't do something?
It was more like, you know, coming to school on time, because in Sweden you get yourself to school.
Yes.
Yeah, so like I was always late, and you know, at that time my mom was a single parent, so didn't want to do things at home. But it just didn't work out for me, and I just felt like, and even my dad would like call me and like, you know, you better behave. So I was like, okay, let me just start doing what they want, and then I will also get what I want in turn.
Yeah.
But I think I've been thinking about that lately, and I was on a soul. It's called the Soul Shine Cruise by Michael Franti in the U.S. I was just there, and I was talking to a lady about this, and I realized, like, you know, by making this decision to please others, I kind of became more like a people pleaser. And I realized now in my, like, as I got older, that, you know, you have to start putting yourself first, and like,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's so important now also with like mental health and like taking care of yourself and
Boundaries.
yeah, boundaries, which is like the hard thing, I think, also when you're a mother, you know, so yeah.
It's always a journey to like accept, because you don't even realize that you're doing it, that you're a people pleaser, because I can relate in many ways, because you want to keep everyone happy.
Yeah.
You don't realize what you're giving away of yourself.
No.
Yeah. So
yeah.
you even end up taking on a lot more
Yeah.
than you're supposed to as a result.
Yeah.
Okay, so 17 is when you first came
Yes.
to Uganda.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing, you said it's so green, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The buildings
Yeah.
and indoor toilets.
They are. There's cars. No. I knew there would be cars, but we actually stayed in Entebbe at that time, so we would just go back and forth. But it was really, really cool, and it's actually, we came, and it's actually the first time when I met my husband. That was in 2005.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was, we went to one of his concerts. My uncle, who's also a musician, called Ken Daniels, he was in Swahili Nation.
Okay.
So he's the one who introduced me to him back in
So
2005.
you met Danny when you were 17.
Yeah.
Just a friend back then, or was there a crush to go with it?
I mean, for me, I think it was definitely a crush. I took his number and I tried to call him, you know, after, because he lived in South Africa at the time. And he was like, oh, we talked for a few times. And then he's like, you know what, I don't do long distance. I was like, okay, bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So uni, because I'm trying to understand how we got into fashion. What did you do at uni?
I studied fashion marketing and retail management.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you wanted to do? Had you already started doing your own designs?
Yeah, I mean, what I originally wanted to do was to become a singer.
Oh,
Yes.
so you can sing then.
I sing to my kids now. But I don't think I had the...
Hope someone can convince you and we can...
Yeah, no. Lullabies. No, but I do sing sometimes at some functions. But yeah, it was just like a hard career to choose, I think. And
Did you try?
I actually tried out for Idol once in Sweden,
Oh.
but I didn't go very far because I was just too nervous. But luckily my sister, she went through Idol and it was second runner-up, 2018 I think it was. So I had to live through her, you know. So I got that experience.
Your older sister? No, you said your younger
My
sister.
younger sister, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but yeah, so I just sat down and thought, but what do I love more than, like music? So I decided, like, oh, fashion. I like fashion. I like business. I did pretty well in school, like in A levels, I think it is. business classes. So I said, okay, let me go to London and study fashion.
Imagine that. So fashion and business.
Yes. So the fashion marketing and retail management.
So when you decided to go and study that in London, at that point in time, did you have an idea that you were going to do your own brand, or you were thinking you were just going to work within the fashion industry?
I wanted to do my own brand, but I also thought about becoming a buyer. So my dream was to be like a buyer for H&M, and then eventually maybe venture into my own brand later on. So yeah, but then when I finished, I also decided to come and check out what was happening over here, and kind of like, you know, fell in love with the kitenge and all the colors, because I feel like in Europe we don't wear a lot of color. It's mostly like black, gray, and white, or beige. So
beige, black, gray.
Yeah.
Even the white and
Well,
feels
yeah,
like,
it's a little, yeah, you're right.
I've always wondered about that, like why we don't see a lot of pinks and greens.
I don't know. It's only the summer months, so it's like 3 months.
Yeah.
There's some people like, come out all day. Then so yeah, I just loved.
So
all
you
the
were
colors.
missing like the color.
Yeah, yeah, I was.
Have you always been a person to wear like lots of color?
No, I think it was. No. I love black. I mean, I like black too, but I don't wear a lot of black here. Maybe because it's hot. I mean, because of the sun. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just like to wear colors and prints and yeah.
Okay. So you thought you were going to be like a supplier, kind of, at least at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you like come back to Uganda and start to think, oh, you know, maybe I can, you know, live here?
I think it was like around 2011. Yes.
Okay.
Around 2011 is when I started thinking about it, and then after that, it's just been going back and forth. But in 2011 is when I met Danny again, and then we started our relationship in the next month, in January 2012.
Okay.
So that's when I started thinking about, you know, coming here and staying here long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you reconnected after, what, 6 years, was it?
Yeah.
6
6
years.
Yeah.
Had you kept in touch all along?
We were friends on Facebook, but not that much.
Okay.
You know, at least Facebook was. When I was planning on coming back, that was just for a visit. So I reached out to him and I was like, oh, I'm coming to Uganda. So then we started talking, and then I just met him when I came here, and yeah.
Were you like, okay, because, you know, to most people who, I've known Danny growing up over the years, but many people look at him like, oh my goodness, he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
He's all these things. So back then, did you look at him like, oh, you know, like he's this rapper, he's this musician, or he was just, my friend?
No, I think I just looked at him as my friend. Yeah.
Even though you'd seen him on stage?
Yeah, I mean, he was cute, but I think I've always had this like mentality that we're all like equal. It doesn't matter like what you do or like who you are. Like maybe so I just felt like we're still on the same level. It doesn't matter. Like it's good that he does what he loves, and that's about it. Yeah. So,
okay.
But I mean, yes, I was just like, oh, he's really cute, but you know, like more in a like, I'm interested in you kind of way, like shyness, not like, okay, yeah.
Okay, because some women are also just like, I don't think I can manage, I don't think I can handle.
Yeah.
And they run in the opposite direction. And the last time I talked to him, we were talking about farming. Yeah,
yes.
His passion for farming, and we had a whole conversation about that. Are you involved?
I think I give ideas. I mean, I don't do like full-scale farming, but I like to grow our own herbs and vegetables and stuff in the garden, flowers.
Oh, really?
Yes, I love to have like, I feel like you need to have a little bit of your own supply at home, especially like, I guess after we got stuck here inside for 2 years. But yeah, no, I'm really interested in that as well, but not on like the full scale.
So what are you growing?
We're growing now, we have dodo, we have all types like basil, coriander, mint, carrots, potatoes, we have some tomatoes.
You have potatoes?
Yes, we got a little potatoes, yeah. We're still like in a trial phase, but yeah, we got some really cute like small carrots.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's always this special feeling when you eat food that you have grown yourself.
Yes.
It's like a nice little warm
Yeah,
buzz
and
on
you
the
also know
inside.
where it comes from. You know, like how it grew, and you don't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been driving myself mad with all these articles about chemicals and pesticides.
I just close my eyes.
So if you can just go and
Yeah.
pluck out what you have, that's nice. Okay,
Yeah.
so you met him again. You started dating. At that point, were you working back home? What were you doing?
No, I wasn't working. I finished university in 2011 in July.
Okay, so you just finished.
Yeah, I just finished, and I came here in December. So at that time, I was working, but not like a permanent. It's just like temporary jobs as like a child minder, like in a daycare. Whenever they needed you, that's why I could take like longer breaks and come and visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And dad is here.
Yes, my dad is here.
Okay. So there was never any question maybe you work for him or work with him at some point?
My dad?
Yeah.
No, my dad is a lawyer. I don't know. I'm not.
And he never wanted you to be a lawyer? Because I feel like maybe
actually
every
no.
father or parents who are lawyers that kind of want their kids to also be.
Yeah, no, I think he just told us like as long as we go to school and like finish like university and stuff, like he'll be happy with us.
Go to school, finish.
Yes, and finish, and that's all he asked of us to do. So but we knew we had to finish.
So there's no two ways about that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, education is important.
It is, especially in the society that we live in today. You can't really go anywhere unless you have some type of education. I mean, you can, but I mean, it's just such an important thing.
But it's funny, we're saying this now, but then there's so many people who actually are looking at it in a completely different lens, right? I mean, of course there's the education of, from life itself, but there are people who want to be YouTubers and social media influencers, and they skip that whole side and they're like, this is going to open doors for me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think there is a possibility for you to do that as well, and I think like a lot of kids are not really cut out for school, like in the traditional sense, but it's still how it is now. So you need to still go to school and finish. And of course, you can be an influencer or a YouTuber, but not everybody. I feel like you should always have a plan B, right? And if that's your plan A, then plan B should at least be that you at least finish something, so that you have something in case things don't turn out the way you hope for them to do. Yeah.
True. And now you have teenagers, so you know that it's very interesting, the influences and the things that they see.
Yeah.
And I just brought that up because I keep coming across it with people like, but these days having a formal education is not a must. And I'm always thinking sometimes it's not even so much about maybe the paperwork, but even just the networks and the structure and the systems that kind of set you up for life. Because even if you are going to run your own career or have a business, there's certain structures that kind of model, I guess, what we learned in school.
Yeah.
Like what you're saying about getting school early and getting yourself there.
Yeah. No, I think it's I think in the world that we live in today, you need to have some type of education at least. Even if it's just like a diploma after high school. I mean, I feel like it's good to at least have something, because it also gives you that, like you said, the structure and like the discipline to actually focus on something and learn something. Yeah.
And with all these different things, I mean, there are always so many different courses, so you can always add on as you. That's also the thing. It doesn't have to be school once and you're done and you never go back. We keep learning.
Yeah, we
the
do.
whole time.
I think like my dad is always like, I mean, you can be. It's never too late to go to school. You can always keep learning, and I mean, you don't have to. I mean, you learn all the time. So
I was reading an article about a gentleman who went to law school at 60. I think he went to law school at 60. I was like, I would never do that. Good for you, not for me. But.
Yeah, no, but I think that's good. I think it's good because I think a lot of people also might be caught in something that they don't want to do, and then they feel that they're too old to take up like learning again. But I don't think that you should. I think you should. I mean, it's okay to like change your career path even if you're like a bit older.
Yeah. At any point in time.
Yeah, I think so.
But not me, not law school.
Maybe
My
not
mom
60
wanted me to
here.
do law, but that is not going to change.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about your brand, Nasimbwa. It's your name.
Yes.
When did that start to come together?
It was after my last one was born. When he was 2 and like some months.
Okay.
Because I had them pretty tight, and I don't know if like you remember, but you know, you're kind of like in some weird bubble when you have kids, and then I had them so tight, so I was in there for like 5 years. And then when he turned 2.5, I started feeling like myself again. I'm like, oh, you know, I love fashion. I want to do this. I want to do something else. So I wanted to create fashion like in colors, because I love colors, and also I wanted to create wear that women can wear different styles. So like the dress I'm wearing now has a belt, but if I open, it's like a free dress. So you could have it as an open dress. You can walk around at home, go to the supermarket. Then if you want to go on a date with your hubby, you just, you know, put some heels on, makeup on, and you go. And I also wanted to create something that you will reuse. Because I also think it's important to care of our environment, and I know that like the fashion industry is like a big polluter. So I wanted to also create a brand that promotes reuse. So I will post in my dresses the same ones several times at different occasions, just so like, you know, you don't have to buy a dress and wear it once and then hang it back. Like, you can wear it again. It's okay.
Yeah, sustainable fashion is the way to go now.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you say that, because the pressure is always there. I was just chatting with someone the other day about the pressure, especially if at any point you are in the public eye, you're expected to dress a certain way, to always wear something new, or never reuse something. And I'm like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I think you can wear it again. Like, you don't have to. Well, I mean, why would you spend money on something that you can only wear once? I mean, for me, it doesn't make sense.
Thank you. I agree. I'm always like, okay, what else can I wear? Unless it's like a red carpet dress and a designer is working with you.
But then I would love to wear it again, though. I would, but so I mean, where would I wear it? But I would be like, oh, that's so nice.
You see, you try and make sure there's a wedding coming up somewhere. Make sure it's not white.
Actually, I wanted to. I wanted to remake my wedding dress. Yeah. We'll see if I will at some point.
Okay.
I will just, because it was white, of course. Now I'm like, if I dye it, you know, in a color, then I can, and shorten it, then I can wear it for something else.
Was it custom made?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
So you see, she wants to read. You know what? I know mine is somewhere in a box somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But I just thought that I could, because I want to use it again instead of it just hanging in there.
Okay.
And it was it was like a simple dress. It didn't have a lot of like beading and stuff on it, so I think it's an easy.
Yeah, it was all like all white satin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
Very beautiful. So when you started out, because now I've looked through your designs, you have so many different ones, versatile, almost like kimono style wraparound dresses, but then you also have a line for men.
Yes.
Danny's done a really good job.
Yes, he has.
Or should I say you've done a good job dressing him, or Navio. I should be saying Navio, right? Navio.
Yeah.
And then your kids too, so it's like you also have the fashion, like the family.
Yes.
When did you start doing that? Was that right from the beginning, or did you first start like with just the dresses?
No, so at the beginning it was the robes, the robe throws, like almost like kimonos. I mean, people, and then it was mainly supposed to be robes from the beginning, but then people were like, oh, we started wearing them as throws, or like, you know, so I'm like, okay, you can wear them how you want to wear them, and that's also like something that I want people. I don't have to decide that you have to wear it as a robe. Like if you want to wear it as a jacket or a throw, do that. So it was that, and it was this dress, and then there was an Omozana dress, which is like it doesn't.
I love the names.
Yeah, it doesn't have a strap.
Names.
Yeah. So and then I just kind of started building on it, taking in, because I think I got a request to do shirts. And then I started making shirts for men based on that. And then I'm like, oh, it's so cute. We can do a family, you know, setup for kids as well. So I just grew as people started requesting different things.
Okay. I know one of the biggest challenges is actually having nice finishing done and having a team of tailors. How did you manage that? Because I know for so many people that has been one of the issues, getting a team of people who can make the designs for you and make them really well. Yeah,
I mean, it's been a process, but I have an amazing team of tailors who do a really great job. And I think also, I also have a great assistant who like follows up and like checks on them every day. but also I think, you know, my business aesthetic is also to, you know, try and give my workers like a salary that they're comfortable with. Also so that they feel like, you know, they're making money that that can sustain them. So I think maybe that also helps, you know, in the finishing. If you know that you're going to make, you know, good money from it, then you will put an extra effort into, you know, making the finishes nice. But then I also think we have a good communication stream. If there's something that's not right, I'll be like, please make it like this next time. And yeah, they're only 5, so it's not that hard to like keep.
Okay, your team.
My team, yeah.
Motivated. Okay. And you said like coming out of COVID, was that also the time when you really started thinking about it?
Yes, because it was I launched it in October 2021. Yes. So then we were also like a lot of people working from home, and I was like, okay, how can you like, you know, lively up your, you know, day to day at home? So I'm like, it would be cute to just walk around in like a cute kitenge, you know, robe or throw, and if you're in a meeting, you just put it on, and you know, you look nice. So I also wanted to give people that. So that's when I started thinking about it during that time. Like, you know, you have a Zoom meeting, you can put it on, or if you just run out to the Jumia guy or the border guy, because most of our things were being delivered then, right? And you might be walking around in your pajamas.
That's like business model change.
Yeah.
Because before that, everyone had a location, you had to have a shop somewhere.
Yeah.
And then many people started online at that point.
They did, yeah.
So would you say you also started online?
Yes. So now I'm on, like, I am only on Instagram now.
Okay.
Like, and WhatsApp business. And then I have some stock at Design Duka at Kabira. So they also have my stock there, but I don't have a physical store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for someone to get in touch with you, they'll go through your Instagram. Is that?
Yes. So they will go through my Instagram, but then there's a link to my WhatsApp, the business WhatsApp catalog.
Okay,
so that's where,
Okay, and that's where the catalog is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's been the most challenging thing?
I think time is like my biggest challenge. Finding enough time.
Because you have a full-time job.
Yes. And then this, and then my family. Because the thing is, like, you'll usually just buy like limited stock of one fabric. So someone might want what they see in the catalog, but that fabric is not there anymore.
Oh yes.
So I think that trying to find, you know, fabric again, and they might never come back. So I think that's definitely been a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah. And then but I think also, you know, trying to be like a sustainable business for myself, because I think like going back to my people pleasing days, like I put more my workers, like I want to make sure that they get, you know, what they deserve to get, because they're putting in all this work. So I think that finding that balance has been quite hard. But I think I was also a part of the Bold Woman Fellowship, cohort 2. So it just finished. So going to that class, it was amazing. Yeah, it was really, really great. Like all the people came and did lectures for us. Like it was really amazing, and it was really like mind opening. So that's helped me grow as well, I think, in my business. So, and it was good for me to go that course, and I'm really grateful that I got the chance to be a part of it.
Yeah, and especially since, you know, the line of your business is really visual. You have to be out there, but you also have to put yourself out there. So you have to look for events and places where you know you can actually showcase. Yeah. December is a very busy time of the year. So do you have some events coming up that you know you might be showcasing your designs?
I have 2 Christmas markets coming up.
Okay.
So we have one at Cardamom and Coffee on the 3rd of December. And then there's also, the Bold is also holding a pop-up in December as well. So I will be at that one. And then last week we did the Bogota one. But I think we're still, next year we'll probably come in to do a bit more. And then I'm also planning to do a fashion show next year.
Oh.
Yes.
And you just talked about balancing the time. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I will. I
So
will.
big plans for next year.
Yes, big plans for next year.
Now, as I said before, one of the things that is so clear to me from what I've seen about you and what you share is, you know, being a mom, and clearly you love being a mom.
I do.
Yeah?
I do. I love my kids. I feel so blessed that I have them, you know, and you know, it's not always a guarantee. So I feel really, really truly blessed that I have them.
Yeah. And you have the little ones, and then you have the older ones.
Yes.
How is the dynamic between you and the older children?
It's good. It's good. Yeah, you know, they live with us, and I'm really happy that they live with us. I think it's very important that you know, you have your kids together, because I also grew up in a bit of a blended family, like where my two youngest siblings, we don't share the same dad. But that's nothing that I talk about. It's just like, that's my sister, that's my brother. Like I don't. So I think, yeah, it's I'm really, really happy that they are with us and that they get to, you know, bond with their younger siblings, and they really have a beautiful connection. So it's
I love that word, by the way, blended families, because that is a reality. Most families, I feel today, are blended families.
Yeah.
But you still sometimes, society has that impression that, oh, you know, when you meet a partner who already has children, there's such a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, getting to know the kids, earning their trust, finding that dynamic, and some people struggle.
Yeah.
Some people really struggle.
I think I mean, for me, I've been around for so long, so I've been around since they were young, so they know me. So I was lucky in that sense as well, you know, that I didn't come in. Maybe if I'd come in now, might have been a bit harder. But yeah, I think I've just been lucky. And they're great kids, so, I mean, they're just loving and open. So I think even if I'd come in now, it would have been no problem.
So I'm wondering, are you a bit of like a private person? Because a lot of what we see is the work that you're doing or what Navio is doing.
Yeah.
Would you say that you are a private person?
I am.
And God said, this is the one for you.
I am, but I think maybe that's like a good balance, like, you know, for like my husband, like, you know, maybe I guess they say like opposites attract. I don't know if we're that not like unlike each other, but I think, yeah, we balance each other definitely, and I think we have a good team. Yeah.
So, okay. So now you've been in Uganda quite a while. This is home and everything. Is there stuff you'd miss about, you know, back home? Because it's also home, Sweden. Back home.
Definitely miss my family, but I guess the main thing, like now when you have kids, is like I miss like parks, because there's so many parks. Like you just go out and like there's a park there.
We really don't have.
Yeah.
You have to plan and then.
Yeah, and then drive.
And a lot of them are really, really packed when you get there.
Yeah. And also maybe what else? Sidewalks.
You don't like navigating our busy roads.
I would like to have a sidewalk.
Do you use borders?
No.
Me
Yeah.
too. I'm terrified of it. I'm terrified. It's like you're just exposed to the elements.
Yeah, no. That was I was told not to get on a border.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's one of those things.
Yeah. But I'm a good driver. I think. I'm knock on wood. But
we all think we're good drivers.
Yes, I hope so at least.
What about food? What about the food?
Well, I think in Sweden we eat a lot of sandwiches. So I kind of miss like that kind of like sandwich culture, which is like you can buy sandwiches here, but it's more like a piece of sandwich, butter and cheese.
Yeah, we really don't do sandwiches here.
Yeah. So I miss that.
What about desserts? Don't you have like your traditional wamaima? Confusing.
Oh, what do we have? I mean, we have like, okay, now like Christmas is coming up, so we eat like a lot of like gingerbread, cookies.
Do you bake a lot and cook a lot?
I used to. Now I don't do as much, but I love baking and I like cooking as well. Yeah, but for Christmas I'll bake.
Okay.
And I'll cook as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's always fun. The kids love that.
They do.
When you're baking as well. Okay, so big plans next year. That's one of the things I'm hearing. that you want to have a fashion show.
Yes.
So that means I'm sure you're going to expand even more. Any of your designs, like you said, you started with that kind of like you said the throws essentially, like robes.
Yeah.
But some people call them kimonos. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there any one of the designs that you're like attached to that's like a favorite for you?
I think it's a robe. That's a robe because it's a robe and that's a robe. Yeah, I mean I love like prints and I love fabric and I love seeing the fabric coming to life. Like I'll see like all this fabric, it would be great like as a robe or like, and because in my catalog I also have design like fabric options, so it's just there and then I wait to see what the customer wants to make out of it. So I love seeing it come to life.
So it can pick the fabric and then the design and then you see what happens.
Yeah. And I also started drawing my own designs because I eventually want to get into making my own prints, my own fabric prints. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really
that's
cool.
also something that I'm working on. Yeah.
And in terms, are you looking at also having a bit of your fashion line in Sweden as well, or are we just starting with Uganda now? What's the plan?
Yeah, I would love to have more an international, base, but yeah, the logistics I think is the issue. But I do sometimes I bring things to Sweden as well and sell, and also I have some customers in London and in Germany as well that will order, and I'll send to them. Yeah. And now when I was in the States as well, my husband was performing at that Soul Shine cruise, and I also sold my merchandise there. Yeah, so it did really well. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
So also testing the waters out there.
Yeah.
Well, the beautiful thing is authentic, African designs and fabric. And as I said, the names, the traditional names, I was like, oh, they made me smile.
Yeah,
they're so catchy.
Thank you.
Okay, so for someone who's watching this interview, they're seeing you for the first time, right? We've talked a bit, like, you're a bit private, I know, but what would surprise someone about you? What do you think would really surprise them?
I mean, the first thing that comes to me is that people don't think that I'm from here, that I'm Ugandan. Like, no, you're not. You can't be. I'm like, yes, I'm Ugandan. We did get this question, like something that's weird about you. And I guess I can share, like something that's weird about me is that when I concentrate, I chew my tongue. Like I bite my tongue.
How does that work?
Yeah, you just bite it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's something that I'm a bit surprised. Actually,
did you ever suck your thumb?
I did when I was young.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, now I just.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, don't start because you can't stop. Like I even passed it on to like one of my kids.
Oh.
Yeah, because I guess he was like seeing me do it when he was young, and now he also does it. So they're like, what are you eating? Nothing.
Honestly, it's the first time. Is it the size? Like.
Yeah, it's mainly the size, I think. Yeah.
Because normally when you bite your tongue, it is not a fun experience.
No, it's just soft. I think.
So this is like little.
Yeah.
Almost like chewing now. This is burned in my mind.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming and joining me on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was really nice to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah, thank you.
And I want to ask, since I know this is home now, but what's your favorite thing about living in Uganda?
I'll say the people around me and the weather. Yeah, the weather and the people around me, I think.
The weather.
And also like feeling like you're home.
So this is home.
This is home, yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.